see this coming back when it comes about the master plan. I can see this showing up again and says, Struggles Hill, engage in active support the Northeast Area Master Plan and the theme of health. That's like you're talking, that can be completely, in my opinion, completely taken out of context, as though we're supporting them. And
well, you know,
that's just me.
they want to use our name.
That's absolutely.
You know, because the name Strugglers Hill has credibility.
Thank you.
And that would be just like using, just say for instance, because when we had an issue on the board, the Livable Neighborhood Board, and they wanted to send something out on a Friday evening, or I'll say like around 3 or 4, and wanted everybody, you know, like, hey, we want you to say, okay, this is okay. And I said, no, I can't do that. I can't do it. I worked 30-some years for the U.S. government. There's never been a time that they would send something for us to okay on a Friday evening at 4 o'clock that dealt with issues or regulations or anything that would cause a detriment. You know, they wouldn't do that. So I asked them, you know, I just said as a member of the board, you know, recommending that if anything comes up like that, just deny it, and or just say we can't wait until we can have a meeting if it's that important that pertains to monies. You know, we just kind of set it aside.
That's what you call a last minute disaster.
But
She's trying to catch you at your weakest moment.
This letter of cooperative agreement, we may never hear when it's to be used again. We may never hear it. But it can come up in a meeting where we've got Struggles Hill, and they've agreed to this, just like that, it's completely taken out of context.
Yeah.
And
they use you.
Yeah, and we have been used for years and years, and that's my objection to this.
Me too. No, I have to agree, because they've been using that master plan for years and years.
That's right.
Always a different master plan with that brownfield stuff.
That's right.
Always had a master plan. And what is the master
They
plan?
still don't have a master plan that's.
Here again, we are putting ourselves out there.
I wonder why they, and what my question, I always wonder why they're not using other neighborhood groups' names. Why aren't they using Parkwood Colony or using other groups? You know, why are they just settle in on that?
You stated that a while ago, because we have credibility.
You don't see Douglas Sumner on there.
This Douglas Sumner and Turtle Hill is in the group, that,
well, I
Do
just
we
would like
need
to
to
see
be
some
talk
other
about
groups
this,
on
or
there.
do we leave it like it is? So is it, because, you know, I
Right.
we won't talk.
I agree. I agree.
And that was that's in the minutes, it's in the minutes. So, I think we need to be talking about this, because we've been around and grown as long as a band. We know how stuff like this is used. The only agreement I heard, not agreement, but we talked about the 3 neighborhoods along Washington Boulevard. You know, but never this. Never. But see, my comments about the master plan, I made at the meeting and told all the commissioners. Got a couple, what I thought about it was just a disgrace, so anyway.
right, and I made sure when I talked to them, that they knew about that, you know. When we talked about the master's plan.
That's what I called. I wish people could talk the master's plan.
So, we in agreement on that, right?
What agreed on what? What we agreed on?
On the idea that they're trying to use us, and as far as this master plan deal is coming up, we don't agree with this letter.
Well, are you saying in essence that we're saying that this is not part of us?
Right. Right, we're not agreeing to the,
verbiage.
right.
Yeah. But do we need to send a letter to HNMA stating this?
I don't think we need to send a letter. I'm gonna meet with them again, and we'll get it all straightened
Well,
out.
it needs to be on record.
It needs to be, it needs to be a matter of record.
Because see, if you don't have it on record, if it's not a matter of record, then they can continue to do that.
To use that.
So you need to have it in where we have signed it,
Yeah.
and state why, reason, or rationale, you know, you need to have it, you know, do things, that's the way, if you have a record, okay, well, this neighborhood group is not concurring with that, or, we don't concur with this verbiage that's in there, because they will have it in writing that we did not. And if anything came up again with that, saying that we would have something to stand on, we did not concur with that. We have a written document here saying that you have to have almost everything you do now, you have to have it almost in writing, because, you know, we're at the electronic age, and sometimes you can just say, okay, this sounds okay. They'll take that and use that, and say that you agree to that, and you may be just saying, well, I think that's a good idea, you know, but it doesn't mean that you want them to go on record in saying that. So we need to have have it documented.
Well,
It's no problem to have a little.
Having it documented is just fine, but I think Ms. Isha will document that
No,
herself.
No,
no,
she
no.
doesn't
I
document.
mean, she's at our meeting, she's here to take our,
no.
No, what
Could I make
I'm
a
saying
comment?
is that we need to
okay, we need to
have,
draft a letter and say that we don't.
that we not concur with that.
Well, let me say that I thought there was gonna be a meeting called, I had even written all of those things just go along, and let me read what I had already written. Because we have a meeting, this says that at the October meeting of Struthers Hill Roots Neighborhood Association, Cynthia, what's your last name? I couldn't. What,
Isa.
how you spell that?
I-S-A-H.
Okay. Presented us a letter of cooperative agreement. The members unanimously agreed that we had never consented to this type of agreement. If this agreement is in effect, we want it deleted. We are greatly disturbed and disappointed that you have taken this type of action without our approval. We are registering that you send us a letter stating that this letter of corporate agreement is not in effect. We want to have a response, and we thought we'll have these before November meeting. And this was just going, I did send a copy of that to me, but I was going to, bring this up and see if something we should do. I think we need to draft letter where it does come up again. You stated it very clearly. And Cynthia, this is going to happen to you, and you won't even know this is being used.
Yeah, it needs to be documented.
Yeah, in writing.
In writing.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Not verbal,
Not verbal.
Not any,
No.
no verbal stuff. My mother used to say, do you have it in writing, Carol? No, get it in writing. You know, everything, you pay a price sometimes when you don't have things in writing.
People can't say you said something.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the motion has been made, do I get a second?
Motion or what?
On what you just read,
No,
said?
We
gonna
we
approve
need
it.
to meet, and this is just my opinion, we just need to, we need to meet and draft something that's better than this.
We're trying to say we're agreeing with the motion, what the letter we should draft, and approve it in our group. That's what I'm saying.
I do have one question. So the letter of cooperative agreement is an agreement between the neighborhood association and lists that the work that I'm carrying out is going to happen. But y'all aren't interested in signing this letter if you would rather not be a part of this agreement. I don't quite know what capacity I'll be working with you all in going forward, because the letter of cooperative agreement outlines the work with the Struthers Hill Roots Neighborhood Association. And so I would just request that if you do sit down to write this letter, you invite Rachel and potentially me to come and meet with y'all so that we can just figure out what this looks like going forward. If that Struthers Hill Roots doesn't want to be a part of this work, because if that's the case, I just want to know that. Or is it that Struthers Hill Roots wants some other kind of agreement with HMA and LISC to do this work, or just.
What work is it?
So the letter of cooperative agreement outlines the work that I'm doing under a LISC section 4 grant, so it's just community planning. So it outlines that I would come to the neighborhood association meetings, that I would just do certain deliverables, like today I brought, these are the properties in Struthers Hill Roots that are going to be in the December tax sales. also, there are other deliverables, including like doing some vacant land planning. So really, the letter of cooperative agreement is just a letter that says that I'm gonna be working with the neighborhood association to carry out X, Y, and Z, including a neighborhood training, neighborhood rent, development, finding some grants for that, and doing some vacant land planning. And so I'm not quite sure without the letter of cooperative agreement, how this work goes forward.
I see. Well, we're always, as I said, you know, I prayed before I got out of the car. I said, Lord, help me. Help me to hold my peace. I don't like to be a part of things when I'm going at things backwards. I'm sorry, I'm just, and I have said, I'm just, that's where I stand, okay? So, this was already done, we weren't even a part of this. So I'm just, you know, I'm up to here.
Well, you see what I said in here,
I'm just,
greatly
I
disappointed,
can't.
greatly disappointed.
This is very, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do something already ahead and then now we're gonna add, we're coming in at the back end of this. This is, we didn't, how can you put something together and not have all the stakeholders involved? I mean, how can you do that? How do you do that? Because we haven't been a part of that. I mean, you're setting up something and then you're saying, no, I want you to attach you to this. That's not right. That's not right. You know, that everybody should have been at the table when that was set up, so that there wouldn't be any reason for us to say, we're really not in agreement with that. That we should, everybody should have had an opportunity, like we're sitting here now. The people should have been involved from the get-go. You don't do things, that's not appropriate. That's not acceptable. You know yourself, if you're trying to plan something, okay, I'd like to plan da-da-da-da-da, then you would call like Sturgis Hill, whoever else, members, and come and let's discuss this and see, I have something I'd like to do. Well, how do you guys feel about that? Well, then at that time, we could give you some feedback as to what, now maybe Clifford was involved in this, I don't know. So, but if you're doing it, and we're coming in the back door, and you've already got the front doors already open, that's not appropriate. That's not the way you do business. Everybody should have been involved in that document that they put together. It's not like, well, we're doing this and we're wanting to know, do you want to be a part? No, that's not right. That isn't right.
They're taking it for granted.
Yeah, that's not, you know, and we may be small in number, but we do deserve respect. I mean, that's just the way it should be. And maybe I'm just old and cranky and not understanding things anymore, but I just would not do that to people. I would not do that.
Well, you don't.
I just wouldn't do it. I mean, I just feel like, let's treat each other with respect. If Sturgis Hill was getting ready to set up something, and we would really like to have Douglas, Sumner, or some of the other neighborhoods involved, we would contact them and say, and share with them a draft. We would like to do da-da-da-da-da. We really need your feedback, your input on that. And then we would, you know, let's get together, because as a team, we could work together on this. But that's not the way this was done. Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
do, and I really hear your frustration, because I've been feeling some of the same. I wasn't part of actually drafting this job either. I was kind of handed the job description after the work had already been done to put it together, and told, this is your job, you go and do it.
Right.
So that's what I've been trying to do. But
And that way, you can, as you're working with them, because it's like you're an intern type person, and keep that in mind, that when you're working with organizations or neighborhoods or any kind of group, everybody should be at the table. All the stakeholders should be there. How can you know, I look at the UG, they do this stuff all the time. I'm looking at them on the commissioner meetings and stuff. They just run over people.
Yeah.
After it's already set up, well, we've got it through. I mean, well, what about the people? And the people come up there, we're really not wanting this. They don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've been
Oh.
getting. That's what we've been getting all the time, you know,
I had to
day
deal
one.
with- I had to deal with the commissioners, we had 84 signatures of the businesses on Minnesota and state, and 84, and they passed it even though we had 84. And I
They didn't
guarantee-
care,
They didn't care.
they don't
It's
care.
whoever pays some money under the tables, how it
That's,
goes. I
that's
guarantee.
right. And this is,
Yeah.
And it still passed.
it's just not a good precedent to set that, you know, to just start off doing something like that. And as you're going into, you like how it used to be in what they call a journeyman position, you need to, you know, like, let people know, get the feedback and say, you know, I don't think that, you know, this was done correctly. And when you see that, just say it. Yeah, you know, shouldn't the other people have been involved in this, you know, question them, because it's not right. It's just not right. That's just me, that's the way, and the rest of you, everybody may have their own.
Well, I stated mine, very clear to
That's
last meeting,
my,
at the beginning of this
we
meeting
just,
today.
you know, if you don't start off right, it's not gonna end up right.
But I see, you know, it's like you're saying, you can't speak for yourself, I'll speak for you. And that's the way it is, and it's wrong, because you don't know what I'm thinking. And I go get some paper signed and say, well, I know Carol's gonna agree with it. Although we married, but wait a minute, I ain't said a word to you, but I want these papers, you know, I'm gonna do it my way. No, that's a no-no.
I just feel that we, as a community, we don't have a community though.
Thank you.
But as a group of people, we should try to set an example of how things should, you know, things should be done in the right way. Here we have an opportunity to do that. Do things right.
Yes, you're gonna do it, do it
Do
right.
it right. And it's not personal. This is not personal. I'm just saying, this wasn't done right. Now, I do know, I have been on many advisory boards and all kinds